Okay, so good morning and good evening, everybody, and once again, welcome back in today's class. Today, exact 20 days has been done. 50% syllabus, or I can say 50% days has been gone now. So we started our topic concept called the CSDM. I hope after a night, after an evening, you get a little bit understanding by reading through the or going through some documentation that what is CSDM. Now, today we are going to be discuss about the CMDB. One thing I observed about this topic, I connected with a lot of I can say institutes, and I found that none of the institute is adding this topic in their curriculum, at least not in the admin part. Then I discuss with the people and they say it is tough for the users to be understand, but my case is little different because for me for me in this batch, I'm having everybody. I have a consultants, I have a developers, and I have a architects and the project managers as well. Okay, now this topic is again today 30%, 40% on the discussion part, introduction part, and thus 60-70% will be going the I'm sorry, technical not say, but on the hands-on part. Okay. From the CSA examination, CMDB is a good topic. 2 or 3 questions generally come. That what is the full form of CMDB? Number one, the component which is part of CMDB is called the CI. What is CI stands for, and what is CMS? Content management system, and I guess it's a configuration management system, something like this. They have a name. So takriban we get 3 to 4 questions from this particular area. Okay. CMDB stands for the Configuration Management Database. It is a place where you keep a record of your configuration item. Pulkit, Ujjwal is still struggling with this term. Atul, what do you mean by the configuration item? Since yesterday you are saying it is a configuration item, it is a configuration item, it is a configuration item. In a layman language, if I can say, CI means a component. It can be tangible, which you can touch. It can be intangible, which you cannot touch. Help you and support you to provide the services to the customer is called the CI. Example, my behavior, my skill, and myself together providing you a service called the service not training. My behavior you cannot touch, but you can feel it. Yeah, he's a good speaker. No, he's a bad speaker. He's a bad person. My skill you cannot touch, but you can understand, you can feel it. But myself as a human being, you can touch, you can meet, you can greet. So it is a combination of two things, tangible and intangible. Why I'm saying these two things? Because this directly come as a part of the choices, as a part of the questions. That what do you mean by the CMDB? I'm giving the straightforward because one more thing, who all are preparing or want to go for the CSA examination, don't think that they are going to be asked very extraordinary questions. No. CSA exam basically on your roots level discussions. Even ITSM, which I gave a week back, that is also on the root level. Because they want to know that how much you know about the tool. And one thing which I observe, practice papers, practice questions are good. But if you want to clear CSA examination or ITSM examination or any other examination, the ServiceNow domain, only and only go to ServiceNow documentation, ServiceNow trainings. Those are the truth of source for everybody. Today I connected with one of the person for some other examination. Because for me in the next year I have to plan something for my objective, so I am thinking on that examination. So I asked that person, hey, you cleared that one, how was the paper and can you give me any tips? That person only say one line, Atul, read the book, Go through the training 4 or 5 times. Make your notes and then you can done the exam. Believe me. Same thing I get experience when I was preparing for the ITSM exam as well. So now why I want to put this thing very clearly, because I'm sure many of you are preparing for the exam have a plan in the exam, but don't think that I have to be read this book or that thing. No, be clear on the roots, be clear on the definition. If I say this particular concept is called as the transform map, then don't build your own definition on the top of that. No, no. Transform map is something which is required to do this linking, and no, you have to be go on the standard definitions. This is very much important. This is my experience which I learned in this 2 examination back to back. Okay, now let's come back here. Now CI is something which help me to support and provide service to my customers. Examples, I'm using a SIM, I'm using a Vodafone connection, maybe I'm using some other company connection here. The servers, the routers, the network, the wire, the IPs, the firewall, these all are the configuration items because they are ultimately providing me a service. How I am, let's say Ashish called me. Ashish sitting in India, I'm sitting in UK. He called me on my mobile number, that call. Ashish called to India, it go to some other location, from it directed to some other location, it directed to UK, it come to me. So now multiple routers are there. Company is having a routers. It means they are using it for the service providing. So this is the definition of the CI. In your home, your car, your fridge, your AC, your washing machine, your refrigerator, your oven, your bike, your cycle, your scooters, these all are the CIs. But few are the parents proudly say to their son, to their daughter, these are my assets. Because they know that whenever I require, they're always with me. But in the ServiceNow term, in the technical terms, assets means, and there's another question which is not part of CSA, but can be asked in the interview. I give you one example. I took one interview approximately 2 years back, approximately. I took one interview and I was hiring a CMDB expert in my team. That person appeared for an interview. He's ServiceNow CMDB certified. Some micro certifications he done and some other certification he done that part. I asked, wow, that's nice, because we're looking for that kind of person. I asked only 2 questions just to understand the basics. Number one, what is CI? And what is the difference between CI and an asset? That person not able to answer this difference. CI can be tangible or intangible. Asset is always a tangible one, number one, and asset has a monetary bindings as well, from some financial bindings as well. Now, if I take example, let's say this is very good to be seen here. Let's say Ashish has a car. That is a CI for Ashish. And that is an asset for Ashish as well. Every year it get depreciated. But still Ashish is using that car to travel anywhere. It is serving that purpose. When Ashish take that car to mechanic, he is fixing the both things in a one go. For mechanic, it is a CI. But for Ashish, it is still an asset. Oh my God, my car has been breakdown. It required some expenses now. My mobile phone, my laptops, my house are the assets. Now the question comes, Atul, it means if I take example of Microsoft, they're selling Microsoft Office 365. They're selling a lot of softwares. It means those are not assets. Those are assets for that particular company. Now, when we discuss about the CMDB part, I'm giving 2 more terms here. Then we go for our CMDB discussion. In ServiceNow, there's a product available. 2 products available. One is called the HAM, or I can say the major is ITAM, IT Asset Management. And under that, or with the parallel, they have the HAM and SAM. It stands for HAM and SAM. Hardware asset management and software asset management. But I am a company. Let's say Ashish, Suraj, and they are working in a company, and they're using the Microsoft Outlook for the communication. How they can use? Because their company purchased a license for the same, and that license has been allocated to them. So it is an asset for the company. Okay. We will not go much in depth of these two parts because this is not the part of our training, even though I don't have much experience as well in that part. So let's discuss about the CI. So any kind of a router, server, IPs, network switches, these are the CI for me. And ServiceNow is a place, CMDB is a place where I am storing these records. I'm sure everybody in this class prepared their project file at any point of time, or maybe their presentation files, seminars files. On the first page, what we have the index, introduction, this heading, that heading, content, sign off, lana dim gana. What that page contain? That page contain the information about everything which has been written in that part, in that particular file. The same goes for the CMDB. CMDB contain the information about all the CIs and assets which are going to be support or which are supporting to their customers. This is the meaning of the CMDB. CMDB is hard for any organization. I give one example to understand this part. Let's say Suraj installed one AC. Okay. Suraj is in office and his wife called to mechanic. Don't take me otherwise, Suraj, I'm just giving this example. And this is my pet example, which I give in every class to understand this concept. Okay, he called to mechanic and say, Bhaiya, there's something not working in my house. That executive say, ma'am, what is not working? Bhaiya, something is not working at my house. Ma'am, but tell me what is that something is not working? Now, what is that something not working? It is a CI. Because if Suraj's wife need to be raise an incident on that, she need to be tell to the executive that we purchased a AC from you and that AC is not working. So now that AC become the CI here. So it is important on which particular component you're going to be raise incident, you're going to be raise change, you're going to be raise problem. That is depend on the CMDB. In the ServiceNow ITSM implementation, they have a big chart that how CMDB related with the other modules. Okay. For us, it is required to be understand that CMDB is hard for the ITSM. Without CMDB, you cannot raise an incident. I was sitting at home and I was sitting in office. My wife called, hey, it is not working. I said, what is not working? Hey, it is not working. I said, what is not working? Tell me. In the house, we have a lot of things. Fridge, washing machine, oven, what is not working? It is not working. It means to raise this concern, we need some component name to be that thing. Right? Now, the question comes how we store the information, how we store the CIs in our ServiceNow. Number one is that there's a table called CMDB_CI. It is a base and the core table for CI information. Now, Ashish is thinking, Atul, my customer has a lot of hardware infrastructure. Even the laptops which we are using in our office, which has been given by our office to us for their work, they are also called as a CIs because they are helping you to provide the service. I'm not sure how many of you can understand the Hindi or Punjabi, but it's a saying in Punjabi. जब ऊपर वाला हिसाब करता है तो वो हर चीज का हिसाब करता है. अगर वो हिसाब नहीं करता तो वो किसी चीज का हिसाब नहीं करता. Same thing. When you record each and everything. This is what the CMDB part here. Anything, any furniture, any glass, any bowls, plates, fry pans, utensils, anything you can pick up in your house. Those all are CI, and we have to be bifurcate that CI in a proper format. Like if I say example, let's say, let me show this thing. What it's called basically. Knowledge, wisdom. The example, let me show you. Knowledge, wisdom, Lego. This one. See, this is, let's say these are the lot of components in my house. Okay, I said, guys, I know this is a furniture, but can you help me to bifurcate that one? Suraj says, okay, let me do this thing. So Suraj, what Suraj did? Suraj put in some category. Furniture this side, utensil this side, office furniture this side, living room furniture this side. Now you get something like this. In ServiceNow, these categorization is called the CI classes. And this is what we need to be discussed. Now, if you remember, in the early days, when there was no laptop or computers, specifically on the shops, the shopkeeper manage everything manually in their mind. If someone say, hey, can you give me a notebook of 50 pages? He know that in which shelf that has been stored. But now everything has been computerized. He just check, let's say you go to the medical store and you say, I need this medicine. He will not go in the background to bring that. He will check in the laptop or the computer that in which drawer this medicine has been kept. It means they have classified that particular medicine in a particular place. Now, if I show you how to start the CMDB part, let's come here. Okay, one homework for everybody. You guys need to be identified how I edit this particular stuff here. I'm intentionally saying stuff here because if I give the actual name, you get the answer. And something similar, I done it here as well. This one. You guys need to be identified that how these particular options are coming on the service portal and this particular place. Your homework. Now let's come here. CI class manager. This one. ServiceNow provided more than 500 classes to store your configuration item. Practically, yes. ServiceNow provide more than 500 classes to store your configuration items. I'm not saying it's a data intentionally because data is the wrong word here. Specifically, this is for maybe for Ravi, for you, Neha, Ravish, or Suraj or Ashish, for you guys. When you guys speak and talk to the customer, please try to take the right name. From the last 2 days, I'm fighting with one of my friend. She's in US now. Okay, so she pinged me that Atul, I need some help on the snow. I said, sorry, I don't know about the snow. She said, no, you are teaching that. I said, sorry, I'm not teaching snow. I'm teaching ServiceNow. Then she sent me 2 screenshots. See, in my company, everybody's saying, or she called me and say, okay, see, in my company, everybody is calling it as snow. I said, that is the fault. If you as a consultant will not take a stand that it is not a snow, then how your customers will understand that part? So ServiceNow and Snow, SNOW, are 2 different tools, guys. 2 different concepts, 2 different, I can say, entities completely. So don't get confused. Now see here. This is a CI class. manager. If I open the hierarchy, you can see a lot of CIs. Let me cross this. You can get it if you open the instance, you can get it. So now you can see here these many classes. If you are in the server, so service now has these many class for the servers. IP server, OPC server, EX server, RHV server. Even I don't know what does this mean. I only know web server. That's all. If you go for the database, Mango, Cloud, Oracle, MSQL database catalog, a lot. Because maybe my company using or using cloud database to provide their services. So to store that, they have given the separate class itself. Separate class. So now this thing clear. If I go to this example again, if in this picture I have only one Lego of one color or one type, then also I keep it in a separate row. This is what this particular concept says here. So the base or the core class is CMDB CI and all other classes. Let me show you the computer class. So computer class is a child class and the parent class is hardware. And hardware is the child class for the configuration item. CMDB CI. This is the core table which I say. This is what. Now, if you want to see the hierarchy, go here and check again. So now under computer, I have these many classes. This question specifically for Ashish and Suraj for you guys. Why? And get the answer, please. Why server is a child class of computer? You have to find out the answer. Not today. Take your time. Why to you guys? Because I know in complete batch, you are the most experienced guy here. So you have to find out the answer that why server class is a part of, is a child of the computer class, and rest everybody. You also try to find out the answer for this why. But accountability lie with Ashish and Suraj. Responsibility lie with everybody. The Rasi fundamental. OK, so now if I click on this computer, I can see that the name is computer class and it is coming from the table called CMDB_CI. OK, and if you want to see the attributes, all means, because all means it is able to, you are able to see the what I can say attributes from the parent class as well. Derived means which are only coming from the parent class, and added means which you added for your purpose. So these are the fields here. For example, one more practical thing. In one of the discussion, again, from your perspective, maybe Ashish, Suraj, or Neha, or Ravish, or I can say Ravi and Mohammed as well. Generally, the people who have experience here. Don't take me otherwise, just to be enlightened everybody. In one of the WhatsApp group, I got a question that my client is looking for to create a one more class under CI class manager. Easy to do? Yes, easy to do. Right click, add new class, class name, done. But my question to that particular person was, why you need to create a new class? And this is a practical example come to you guys if you're doing the consulting in the CMDB area. ServiceNow provide, let's say Ashish, let's say Ashish example. No, Ashish, not let's say my example. My kid is 7 years now. OK, we go to a shopping mall on his birthday. OK, he said, I want to buy only this thing. And that product is not available in that particular shopping mall. Why? Why you want only that thing? That was the question. The reason can be number one. In our case, if I go to the practical part, that why customer needed or customer demanded a new class to create in the CMDB or the CA class manager. Why? Number one, the consultant who is working is not able to actually compete, or I can say check that is this class or is this related attributes exist in any other class or not. Because if ServiceNow say I'm providing 500 more than 500 types of classes, it means you are able to use those 500 classes, because ServiceNow not recommend to create a new CI class. That's not that much easy. Again, if you're getting confused, Ujjwal or Pulkit or Garima or Akshat, please go to this recording again. That will help you. That will help you actually to understand these concepts, because ServiceNow never recommend. So in this case, Ashish has a question, Atul. So in this case, what we should do? Number one, we have to check the attributes of the class which customers want to create it, and see that can we couple that particular class in any of the existing class. If no, can we exactly or can we pick up the closest one class? Ashish invited me to his home. I said, Ashish, where is home? He says, you get down on the metro, take this number bus, get on this particular circle, take left, I'll be there. I'll be there means it is now very closest to my house. Still, you're not reaching my house, but it is very close to my house so that I can come and pick up you. Third use case, I have to be asked to the customer, tell me that how many CIs you have for this new class. If it is only one or two, I never recommend to go for the new class. If it is more than 30, 40, 50, 70, 80, then I'll say, OK, let's create a separate class. And also, are we getting these CI in this of this class of CI in future as well? If say yes, then better to go for the new CI class creation. Otherwise, don't create it. Very practically, very logically, point is that in the CMDB part, consulting is more important. My experience says as of now, 3 areas which I observe where consulting is more important than the development. Number one, CMDB, number two, CSDM, and number three, GRC, governance, risk and compliance. These 3 areas where fundamental principles and theoretical concepts work more than the development or the other stuff. GRC, we have a topic, so we'll discuss that part. So now you can see that we have a different classes available. Now go and explore if you are working in the operation domain, and specifically we are working in the infrastructure operations. Go and check the classes. Go and check complete classes. See IP address, IP device, IP network, IP phone. The phone which we have on our desk, those are stored in the IP phone class. Those are not the phones. Those are not the only landline. Those are the IP phones. Maybe I can say soft phone as well. Nowadays it's soft phone as well, right? You just install on your laptops. Nothing called soft phone. Maybe that is IP phone only in that case. Now every class has some basic information, some attributes. I will not go in these two parts because that is not related, but it is important. If I say in Hindi, picture to abhi shuru hi hai for this particular concept. Let me try to maximize this. नहीं maximize तो नहीं होगा, यही होगा बस, ठीक है. So now you can see. Yesterday we take example, right? That when the little girl take a birth in Suraj family, everybody start building the relationship. His father, his mother, his mother, his grandfather, Masi, uncle, auntie, chachi, everybody. If let's say Suraj uncle's daughter come, so Suraj say that daughter has a relationship with my child is like a sister only. Those are called the suggested relationship. How the different CIs are interrelated with each other. Car and bike, how they are related with each other. Myself and bike, how we are related with each other. These are called the suggested relationship. And again, remember the CSGM principles, suggested and prescriptive relationship. These are the suggested one. This particular computer run on this particular server. This room, this AC work on this particular computer room. This IP work on this particular firewall. This particular child, this particular parent contain this particular child. So these are the things which you learn from the experience. So you can see visualized by powers, depends, member, runs on. Under that, you can see contains, uses, visualize, own, depends, initiatives. So lot of things are there. And then if you want to see the health. So in ServiceNow, we have three concepts of health: completeness, compliance, and correctness. Generally, I take this separate topic, but it's good it's open here. Let me say I'm filling a form. Okay. Okay, let's say I asked Ashish, you want to be joined by training? Could you please fill this form? That form contains name, father name, qualification, phone number, email ID, current designation, and address. Ashish is so smart because he don't want to share his personal information with me. Ashish put his name and his number. Is that form complete? No. Because from these two information, I'm not able to find out that Ashish is well qualified or not. Is Ashish is working somewhere or not? This is the first fundamental of the ServiceNow principle. This is called 3C of CMDB health. 3C. And this can be a question for the CS examination. The names of this particular 3Cs. Completeness means if I am raising or if I'm creating a record of computer as a CI in my system, the information should be complete. Number one part. Number two, correctness. I'm coming to this part little later. Correctness. Ashish filled the form and in the phone number, he filled the email ID and in the email ID, he filled the gender. Is that information correct? No. It means if I am creating a asset, creating a CI, then I should make sure that information which I'm providing should be correct. And last, it's a compliance. By if I need to be, let's say I want to be certified, Ashish come to my and say, Atul, can you attest my document? I can certify that, but I need some originals to verify that part. The information which I'm putting should be compliant with that part. Let's say in the bars, in the pubs, below 18s are not allowed. That is a compliance framework. This concept is used in the GRC, governance, risk and compliance. So we'll discuss that in depth. It's again going to be 1 hour session, separate 1 hour. It's advanced topic. Okay. Now Suraj is very confused. Atul, if everything I need to be do, then what ServiceNow will do for me? Now in this case, if you go here and open the dashboard. And open the CMDB dashboard. Come on. Let me go again here for the dashboard. I'll show. So ServiceNow has a scheduled jobs in the background, which has some parameter which run and give you this information. Now you can see. CMDB view, this one, correctness, compliance, and this one. So it run in the background, even though I did not activate it or did not run the scheduled jobs. Otherwise, you can see the data. How many CIs are duplicate? How many are orphan? You created, but there's no parent for the same. How many stale? Trend, orphan trend, duplicate trend. This is for the correctness, completeness. How many CI has missing these many required attribute? I said I want all the CIs where memory is missing of the computer class. Then by running this report, you can get it easily, but you need to be configure it. CMDB, it's a very beautiful topic to be learned. Believe me, it's very beautiful topic to be learned, because here you need your thoughts and roots to be very clear, and then it is easy to implement. Because in the CMDB, there is nothing much to be done on the configuration of the coding part. It's all about the implementation thing. Okay, now let me take a break. Go ahead, Ashish. I was coming for the questions only. Go ahead.
So just on a lighter mode, CMDB seems to be all theoretical managing of your information or data available properly.
Wait. No. Not information, not data to CI. Let's use the correct words here, Ashish.
Managing of your existing CIs in a correct format.
And new CIs as well. New CIs and
Okay.
old CI as well, which is not in use, but still you are maintaining earlier.
So addition, modification, updation of CIs.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And wherever I have seen, CMDB seems to be the pain point of almost every organization.
100% agree.
So why is it that, I mean, is it that the like you said, the fundamentals need to be very clear when we are working on CMDB? Is that missing, or is it something very simple or very critical that we are not able to understand when we initially go in and kind of configure the CMDB for our organization?
Right. Okay, I give an example. Let's say when you are bachelor, okay, you're staying with your friends, or maybe you're staying in one bedroom or maybe a kind of a studio apartment. You did not do the cleaning every day. Office se aaye, get your dinner done, lunch done or breakfast done. All the dirty clothes put in some other place. Laptop one side, phone one side, and sleep. After 3-4 days, if you need something, it's tough for you to get that thing from that particular room, because we are not managing every day. But when you get married, wife is there, she's managing complete house. If you notice, maybe I'm not saying it's true for everybody, but definitely if you notice, wives always have a habit. If they have nothing to be doing now, they start cleaning their almirah. My wife do a lot of time. थोड़ा सा गंदा हो रहा था, वो हो रहा था organized. So let me say I'm organizing it now. It means the pain point is number one, because we are not regularly maintaining and checking that CMDB. Second part, in the again it's a rule in every house, not rule I can say, but it's a best practice in every house. Wife says, if you need something in Almira, please let me know. Don't put your hands in that part, because she know that you will be again making a mess there. The another reason that because we are giving everybody rights to create a CI in the system without knowing that he know the exact objective, he know the exact process or not. If we start giving license to everybody before age as well, then chances of accident will be more and more and more. This is the second pain point. Third, after a long time, after some time, I can say, let's again go for your bachelor life. After a week or after 2 weeks, you did not, let's say you are so much busy in your project work, you didn't get a chance to clean your clothes. Now it's a very big bag has been full, laundry bag has been full now. Now it is tough for you to categorize that which is recently, which is old one. Because maybe it's an old one, you have to be clean first, otherwise they're getting so dirty again. This is a third pain point. The prime reason is that because these are the practical layman examples, so it is easy to understand. But the thing is that when a company has been started, they have less CIs, less infrastructure components. It is easy to maintain. Everybody remember that's fine. But when now, if I take example, when there was a no mobile phones, you remember 3, 4, 5 your best friend's phone number. Now, when we have a mobile phone, we have a lot of contacts in our mobile phone. And there's a lot of contacts to whom we did not connect for the years and years and years as well. And when you think, no, I need to be clean up my data, you start, but you fed up. You fed up. Why? Because it's a lot of data. You're not getting categorize it. And whenever the CMDB setup, CMDB improvements start working, it's not a 1 day or 2 day job, never. It takes months to clean that part. This is again coming from the practical part. I'm sure everybody using a smartphone and the minimum memory or the hard disk you're using 128 GB. How many of us actually delete unwanted photographs or old photographs from our mobile phone? Nobody deleted. But when the memory reaches on the 124, 120 GB and you're getting red color or the yellow color mark, memory full, then you start thinking to clean up your phone. Then you have only two options. Either complete format, because you don't have that much time to go and check each and every audio, each and every video, each and every photograph and clean it, or spend time and clean it because you want to keep your data safe with you. So Ashish, these are the practical scenarios that is it become a pain point. I saw a lot of time that customer says my CMDB is dirty, mess, shit. I should not use this word, but they say that my CMDB is shit now. Why? Because in the initial days, you gave a rights to everybody. Go and guys create a CI. And when they created, time passes. You did not do the review every month, every 6 months, every quarter. It created a problem for you. So knowledge and not knowledge, even though I say proper governance on the CMDB is very much required here. If quarterly you review, you will be still safe. Thik, Ashish, clear?
Yeah. So, okay. Coming to the other part of CMDB maintenance, kind of linked with that. So the source of CMDB information is not only and not always the users creating CIs, right?
Correct. Okay. Now another point which you raised, very good point here. Now the thing is that by how many ways I can bring the CIs in service now. Let's say when I was old, only my father go to market and he bring the stuff for house. When I become little elder, he allowed me as well to go to market and bring the stuff. Me and my sister both are twins, so we both are allowed to go to market and bring some things. My father bring the stuff or the grocery only for one shop, but I bring the groceries from the other shop as well. My sister go to college. In the meantime, she free and she when coming back, she also bring the grocery from other shop. Now, single grocery is coming from the multiple sources here. That is the another point. And you cannot restrict here because customer says I have a lot of places my CMDB data is coming via manual, via discovery, via integrations as well. So you have to be say that what is the source of truth? You want to keep it. You want to keep it some service now as a source of truth, then please do the regular maintenance of this data. After every 3 months, after every 6 months, go and do the audits. Check the audits perspective, check the maintenance cycles for this one. See, get a list of the all CIs which is in the computer class and see how many computers actually not exist. Now what happened actually, practically what happened? The device is already decommissioned in the physical format, but in the system it is still showing operational. This is what another reason of the maintenance. Again, why? Governance is not there. So it's a lengthy processes. I worked in a project where customer has a foolproof CMDB process. They have a concept that after 3 months or every 3 months they have a CMDB audits. And that audit run, initially they done audit for the 1 quarter, but it done for the 2 quarters. But when they streamline the process, it done in the 15 days completely. Because after some time your delta getting decrease and you're easily able to maintain that part. There is a strong configuration manager is required here who know that if he did not run this process completely, after some time it become mess and shitty. The reason from your perspective I'm saying, maybe from Suraj's perspective I'm saying, it is important to understand the value of this particular thing. When we implement service now, customer says on the day one, yes, I want to make sure that my CMDB should be accurate. I said, okay. Then I say, okay, give me the data to upload. He give me Excel sheet and upload it. I said, did you verify the data? No, I don't have a time. You upload it. Come on, if I'm uploading, there's a saying, right? Garbage in, garbage out. If you are giving me wrong data, I'm uploading the wrong data, then it will become a garbage again. So you have to be practical in this part. If you are a good consultant, you never ever ask customer to give the data as it is. You ask him, please go and verify the data and then let me know what data need to be uploaded, so that tomorrow you should not blame my system that I'm getting duplicate entry for this particular name because you give me the shitty data. I am a consultant responsible for the processes, but not for your data. For data, you are responsible. And here I'm talking data means I'm talking about the foundation data, not the transactional data. Hope Ashish, you get clarity that how big it is in the background.
Yeah, I have an idea how big it is, and I'm really actually fascinated by the CMDB because uh, commercially speaking, it's one big money minting area for every ServiceNow consultant.
Yes. Also, okay, if you want to learn not for you, for everybody, if you want to learn about CMDB, go and check the ServiceNow training, CMDB health, CMDB fundamentals. Go to those trainings, you get a little bit more understanding. I'm telling you, I have to be skip these things, this identification rule, reconciliation rule. But if you see these rules practically, your work will be done like anything. I'm telling you, in the completeness, I can put that what field need to be complete. I can put it here. Because recently I done this certification, CMDB health certification. That time I came to know, okay, this is the benefit of this particular field here. Yeah, go ahead, Ravish. Sorry, Ashish, let ask Ravish, then I'll come to you. Go ahead, Ravish, please.
Yep. I think this discovery. Let me talk about this service now. Discovery.
Yes, discovery will pick up in the discovery module. That how the discovery works.
Like what it is an extension of CMDB.
No, discovery is basically a way to identify your components. I'll give the same example. Let's say in the early days, if you go to any medical store, that person take a prescription and go backside and see the different drawers or different shelf and then find out the medicine for you. But now what they did, they see your prescription, enter on the left on the reception only, enter the medicine name and told to their colleague, okay, this drawer, this thing, please get it done for me. This is what the discovery do here actually. It is just a short I'm telling you, but actually It do a lot more than that. Okay, go ahead, Ashish.
Atul, will we be learning about how to set up the different data sources in CMDB later, or is that
No,
not?
it's not a part of that part, because data sources, if I say, you can do via scheduled jobs as well. See, main thing is that data source is nothing but it's kind of a bridge between ServiceNow and the third party tool. The thing is that from a third party tool, you have to bring the data in ServiceNow. And to do that part, you have to create the transform maps. So concept will be same.
Okay.
Third party tool, bring the Excel sheet or create the data source, put the data source in the ServiceNow configuration. You can create the data sources easily. And then you have to map the transform map so that it go for the actual table. Then from your perspective, by default or out of the box, ServiceNow giving complete CMDB as it is. But to do some enhancements, you have to activate some plugins as well. To run some jobs specifically or some dashboard things, you can get some plugins. So when we go for the plugin topic, then we can pick up this thing. Or if you have interest, go here, search for plugins and write CMDB in that particular box. You will find that how many plugins are available in CMDB.
Okay.
But by default, you're getting as it is.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Chalo, yeah, let's proceed further. Okay. Now, so these three things we'll be discussing. So there's a scheduled jobs running. So here you can see there's a scheduled jobs. If I execute these jobs, the data will get populated here in these all terms here. Okay. So as of now, see, these all are the active false. If I open it separately, I know because I done a little bit work on this part. These are the active false. I make it active true and run it. Then data will updated in this part. That is the reason I said it is a tool. More you explore, more you learn, guys. Believe me. The things which I learned, I did hands-on, I did R&D, and then I get it there. I'm still following a lot of people on the LinkedIn and the other stuff. If someone writes something good about the service now, I go and check it, that how it's be working. So this job not running. So now if you see, it will populate the data as well here. Okay, so now you can see. So this is coming from this particular scheduled jobs only. So if I refresh this, then I can see data here. Now let's come back here quickly. Let me create a CI and we'll create a computer class. Okay, two things. Again, from the question, it is not from the CSA, but it is from the ITSM part. These are two tables. One is called the CMDB CI and one is called the CMDB table. CMDB CI contain all technical services, all right, all technical CIs, and this contain a non-technical CIs, or this is called the base items as well. I'm a little confused about this part, so I'm not going to be discuss much on these things. Instead of giving the wrong knowledge, better not to give. But these two tables are main tables in CMDB, and you can see here base table here, right? Base item computers, and so you can read on the ServiceNow docs or in the vlogs as well what is the CMDB CI and CMDB table difference. Okay, now let's create a computer as a CI. Click open. In this part, it is important. Oh wow, create OT asset. That's nice. Something new service now given now. So create OT assets. Need to be seen on the Utah release notes here. Okay, one thing important again. Never ever create a asset first. Always create a CI first and then create the asset. Never, I'm talking from a ServiceNow perspective. Never ever create a asset first. Create a CI and it will create the asset automatically. So here you can see, let's say I want to create a CI LNG company. As of now, you can leave this company. What is the serial number? See, now every computer has a serial number. It has a serial number like this. Asset tags, this has been used specifically in the company. So let's say asset tag is LNG 123456. What is the manufacturer I am using for the Dell? What is the model ID? I'm using inspiration or expiration, something is was my model. Let's say I'm putting Apple iMac. Okay. Now, rest of the information you can fill. What is the OS? What is the domain? OS version, OS pack, DNS. So now these are the fields which are important to support the computer CI class. And one more thing. Don't think that only these fields are available on this particular table. Let me show you. Tables. This will give you the picture. Oh, we are there only, na? CMDB underscore CI underscore. This one. And it is extended from the hardware table. You want to see that how many fields? It has 107 fields. Now Ashish has a question, Atul, why other fields are not available here? Because I don't want to show unnecessary. I don't want to be heavy my CI form. And now I'm going to be save this. And this field, this asset will be created automatically. How? I'll tell you tomorrow that how this field get created. It take little time, 3-4 minutes it take. But it will create the asset automatically. Any doubt? Any question? Interesting session today. Wow. Don't feel sleepy. Okay. So now let it me refresh in the meantime. It reloaded, it generate automatically. Now, when you speak, when you talk, and when you work in the CMDB area, so two things work together. One is CMDB and one is asset. And the asset is working or having the table called ALM underscore asset. And this has a table called CMDB underscore CI. All the assets will be here. All the CI will be here. Now let me confuse you a little bit. Let's say Neha purchased a new car. Okay. It's a Audi and red color. She don't like the color. She go to mechanic or the garage and say, boss, please change the color to white. Now tell me, is the CI color has been changed or the asset color has been changed? Or both color has been changed. Let me come here. Tell me guys. Let me give example again. Neha purchased a new car. It's an Audi red color. She did not like the color. She go to mechanic and say, boss, please change the color to the white. It has been painted. Okay. Now tell me which record color has been changed in the CI, in the asset, or in the both. Now Ravish says it's asset. Neha, what do you think? Both. Sure. Confidence. Ashish.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Suraj, Ravi, and Mohammed. Sorry, Mohsin, my bad. And Shabrish, what do you think? Pulkit,
It's both
Ujjwal,
actually.
it's both. Chalo, theek hai. If it is both, do I have or do ServiceNow have two different fields or one field to store this color? क्या कहते हैं आप? Hot seat पे अब आप. Do ServiceNow have two different fields to store this color? One is asset and one is CI. Yes or no?
I mean, not sure, but if a CI is classified as an asset, then there will be relationship between these two.
Question? No. Again, wait. That is the thing where we are be creating problem for the customers. Question is two fields or single field? Yes or no?
Be one field, right?
One field. Ashish, what do you say?
One field.
In which table?
It's
CI table or asset table? Now Ashish, Atul, ये cheating. This is cheating. You ask only one question and answer it now asking second question.
There should be only one that should be under CI.
Why not?
Because asset might come under CI.
नहीं, under नहीं. Suraj, asset come under CI is the wrong thing. Asset and CI both are in the same lines, in the same parallel lines. It's not like relationship part. It's not like parent and child relationship. It's a peer relationship. That's why I say here like this. I did not say like this. Parent child, it's a peer relationship here. Okay, good point. So the point is that Ashish is a father on a one place and husband in on a same other place. But Ashish is a single identity. There's a no two copy of Ashish. Single identity. One side, it's a father. When wife call, it's husband. When daughter or son call, he's a father. It means in this case, the color will change on the both sides. In the asset as well, in the CI as well, but it will be stored only in the one place. But it work on the two sides. Okay, now let's come here and refresh this page. See, now my asset is generated here. And now if I open this asset, you will find few fields are common in the both. And see, it is going under ALM hardware. Sorry, not ALM asset, it's a ALM hardware table. And you can see asset tag here bhi hai and here bhi. Sorry. Serial number on this side as well and on this form as well. This concept stall and substatus we'll discuss tomorrow. And we will discuss that how these fields or this asset and CI are working together. When I create a computer class or computer CI, how this asset get generated. Again, it's not a magic or neither a black magic. It's all configuration. No rocket science. Fundamentals, nothing. I still remember my days when I spent hours and hours to understand this concept, that how this is working. And then I come to know that there's a nothing, it's just a 3 tables game, nothing else. Okay, so now your homework is that number 1, go to the CI class manager. Okay, see the hierarchy. Computer base, printer, like 3D printers भी wow. Let's say mouse. Do we have something like called mouse? नहीं है. Why? Because it is tough to track the mouse things. So it is called the accessories. Okay, so read about these things, read about the attributes and see. Or if you are more interested, go here and search in the CMDB, or you can say base. Yeah, this one, like this. See all the database classes, instances. Scroll base items like this. Again, this question from the ITSM part, that how many classes are in the base items. So only these are 8 to 10 are the base items. This one. So read about the CMDB, guys. It's very, very, very beautiful concepts. Okay. Tomorrow we will discuss about the relationship, that how this CI and asset has been related, and what is the logic or the basic funda work in the background. Okay. Also, if you want to do something on the CSDM part, which we discussed yesterday, so you can search here CSDM and open this, get started. Read this particular concept here. Or in the CSDM, we discuss about the business application, right? This thing, business applications. Here. Both concepts, I'm not discouraging anybody, guys, here. Both concepts required a good understanding on the infrastructure part, specifically on the customer sides. And these things you get only and only with the experience. You read any book, you read any chapter, you understand the concept, but you will learn when you implement that in your client spaces. Okay. Any question before I close the recording here, guys? Chaliye, good. Let me stop the recording here and take a quick attendance.